Think before you sleep. I had just watched one about a woke woman, and apparently the webcam did not get recorded, so I just got voice. I'm not too sure if I'm going to upload that or not, but I figured why not go back and watch another one about how to get a man to divorce you. Apparently I'm on the women train right now. The last one was a woke woman, but is she really woke? Or she's just a cheater? But at the same time, it was like, dude looked like he was enjoying every bit of this. Either way, I'm debating on whether or not I want to upload that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do another one. I like him. I like his train of thought. I like the way he thinks. I like the fact that he got me thinking. So we're going to be checking out how to get a man to divorce you. I don't know. I want to open my mind, and I want to listen and understand people. That's what I'm trying to do here. So, but if you feel Nick, go ahead and blast the like button. If you feel like you go ahead and hit the subscribe button or become a member. And if you want to, go ahead and comment whatever it is you want to comment down below. But let's go. How to get a man to divorce you.
I'm a little pissy. I get this text from my father-in-law. My father-in-law, not my husband. My father-in-law. I get this.
I gotta read it? Okay. When you get home tonight, I need for you to clean off all of the kitchen counters, put the tools in the utility room, put the trash on the front porch, and sweep and vacuum all of the hard surface floors. That will help Jake and I for tomorrow. Thank you very much in advance. You're the best. This is me assuming these two men work and they need a little extra help. So that's what I'm assuming why you would text your daughter-in-law this.
Mind you, I did not build this house. My husband and my father-in-law built it, mainly my husband. I am very grateful for that.
Gee, it sure doesn't sound like you're grateful.
Wait, let her
You
finish.
just said you were mad. For those of you who didn't read the text that she posted, her father-in-law sent a message asking her to clean up a mess that was created while building the house that she lives in.
Okay, so the house has been built. All right, okay, I see what's going on. The house that they built, did they build with their hands? Like he's construction and they worked on this house?
Mind you, I did not build this house. My husband and my father-in-law built it.
Your husband and your father-in-law built a house and they just want you to help out a little bit? And now, okay, now it's clicking. Oh, it's clicking in my brain. And they want you just to help a little bit, just to get some of the work off of them, so they can continue to do for you in your home. Okay, all right. Now, if that's the case, I was thinking, okay, I wasn't putting that together. Now that Think Before You Sleep had let me know what was going on. Okay, you're starting off on the wrong foot, man. But all right.
Mainly my husband. I am very grateful for that.
Gee, it sure doesn't sound like you're grateful. You just said you were mad. For those of you who didn't read the text that she posted, her father-in-law sent a message asking her to clean up a mess that was created while building the house that she lives in. By the way, it wasn't like he said, "Woman, clean up this mess now." It was, "Here's what needs to be done. Thank you very much. You're the best." Actions speak louder than words, and someone who was grateful would not have a meltdown from being asked to clean.
I want to hear
A
the rest of
grateful
her.
person would either clean up the mess, send a text back explaining why she can't do it, or negotiate for a lesser responsibility.
No, she goes and go on the internet to bitch and complain about her husband and father-in-law. Think about that one. So you are mad at us, but you go to the internet to tell all our business.
But this is what I come home to after working an entire shift on my feet all day that I now have to clean, even though I did not make this mess. Look at it. I now have to pick up everything off the floor, all of it. I have to clean this entire island, put all of their tools away, clean everything off the floor. I have to get all of this. This is sawdust because they decided to cut things inside my house.
Now it's her house, though. Wait a minute. So didn't you clean up your own house? It's your house. Why would you not clean up your house? You can take a second, take a break, relax a little bit, then get to work. You can do that. It's your house. Shouldn't you clean up your own house? I'm just wondering.
And I have to get this all done tonight before my husband gets home so I can spend time with him.
Big deal. That looks like 1 to 2 hours of work that you can do while listening to a podcast. It's not the end of the world, and I'm sure that if you didn't finish by the time he got home, your husband would still be happy with the work that you did complete.
Yes.
I have some questions, though. How long was your shift? She appears to be a hairdresser. I have no idea how many hours...
Ooh. Okay. Hairdresser. Ooh, that's a tough one. Oh my God, the wrists, the hips, the legs, the feet. Oh God, I didn't finish. Let's just say that. I've been there. I do my own hair. Takes me a couple days on. It used to take me a few hours. Now it takes me a couple days with kids and work and all that stuff. But it's not finished under this hat. I'll just tell you that much. It's rough. It's a lot. A little bit. I can see her on that. I can understand that part. You know, it's a little tough working all day on your feet doing hair. Let me be honest with you. I probably won't clean it all up. I'll probably get some done, but I probably won't get everything done. But I'll help you out a little bit where you can get to work and work around. But after working all day on a shift, I will have to sit down, relax a little bit, probably an hour or two maybe, and then get to doing some work. Spend another hour on there. If your husband come home, look, I'll spend time with you unless you want to help me clean this up. We can do it together. We can spend time together, you know, before we go to bed. But hey, compromising should be a thing. At the end of the day, I don't think she should be online, you know, bitching and complaining to us about something she's having with her father-in-law and husband. Those are the two people you need to talk to, not us. But, you know, we're not your father-in-law and your husband.
She appears to be a hairdresser. I have no idea how many hours they work, but if she works like a 4-hour shift, there's no excuse for her behavior. Clean the mess.
It's different. Oh, man. Different. Working on hair is totally different. 4 hours, that's a lot. That's a lot to do some hair. And why is she wearing heels? You know what? That's her business. That's how she wants to dress when doing hair. I'm just telling y'all. Oh, my God. Just going to school for it. Just going to school for doing hair. Just made me realize how much I don't want to do this shit. I'll do mine. I continue to do mine. I'll do some family members' hair, but I'm not going to do everybody's hair.
He's building you a house. If she works like an 8-hour shift, I can see where she's coming from a little bit, but welcome to being an adult. Sometimes you have to work all day, come home, and work until you go to sleep. Did your husband not work all day at whatever he does for a living and have to come home to building a house? So that was TikTok video number 1. The saga continues a day later with this video.
So last night I did not clean the house. You guys really opened my eyes and made me see that like this was not my problem. It's not my thing. There's so much. I bitched to my husband last night and told him that I was really pissed off.
You didn't just bitch to your husband last night. You bitched to us about something that was going on in your house, which we did not need to know, but you needed to get the validation from the people on the internet to tell you was not in the wrong. No, don't do that. Don't do all that extra shit there. Don't do that. Don't do that part. Ma'am, I was rocking with you until you decided to go on the internet, tell everybody your business, and then get validation from the people on the internet. Then to go bitch to your husband about what you should not be doing. Okay. I'm okay. Ooh. Wow. All right. Sorry, I'm bitching.
So much. I bitched to my husband last night and told him that I was really pissed off.
You coming back to the
To
internet.
all the women watching, listen to what she said. I bitched to my husband when he got home. If there is one thing that men hate, it's doing a bunch of work and then getting yelled at by their wife over some nonsense the minute they get home. That's relationship ending material, and it's certainly not the same respect that she was given. Her father-in-law said please and thank you, while she thought it was appropriate to air out her personal drama to a bunch of strangers on TikTok to make her husband look bad.
And so I get home today, and this is what I come home to. A fully cleaned house.
Let me guess. You got your husband to do this. Oh, wow. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is looking bad for her. But, you know, that's your wife. She gave you signs before you married her. I'm telling you that much. She gave you signs. Don't say, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, she gave you signs. The little things she got mad about before y'all got married, those were some signs. There's big flags that we all look past when we get married to people or are in a serious relationship. So I'm pretty sure that's not the first and only time she bitched at him.
They have a little bit of stuff right here, but that's fine.
That's fine. That's okay.
That's it. They organized all their tools, and I didn't have to do a single thing.
This girl couldn't even goddamn help. She over here, I bitch and complain, went on the internet, ranting and raving, and then I didn't have to do anything. Oh man, that is really that's icky. Ooh, I don't like that.
Either they got the message that was super disrespectful, or they think I'm completely incompetent and they won't ever ask me to do anything again. Either way,
What's she fine with?
win for me.
Oh! Oh, wow. Ooh, she's gloating. She is just loving every minute of this. Okay.
Bruh, I have no idea who you are, but you picked the wrong girl. I have a lot of trouble believing that this is the first time she's ever behaved like this, so you bear some of the responsibility for not kicking her to the curb before marrying her. The fact that she was happy to not have to do work after being labeled incompetent is a massive red flag. Because either you do have someone who is incompetent and not a good relationship partner for running a household, or you have someone who is unwilling to do her share of the work, which is arguably worse than being incompetent. With that said, I guarantee you that the husband did not see the error of his ways, considering how rudely she responded. Bitching at people is not an effective way to change their opinion. Good conversations have give and take. Maybe it's crunch time and her husband is trying to have her lighten the workload a bit so their house isn't under construction for 3 years. Maybe what her husband asked was a little unreasonable, so she says, hey, you know what, this looks like a lot of work, but I'll do what I can, and then maybe when you get home we can work on it together. That sentence I just said versus what she actually said is the difference between a happy marriage and a divorce. Speaking of, I'm sure this next thing was obvious.
This is the update. It's not a good one. It's not a fun one. It actually really sucks. But I'm going to keep it short and sweet. We had a long conversation a couple days ago, my husband and I, and we've come to the conclusion that the best thing for both of us is for this to end.
I'm curious. See, and I'm not getting all the details because now I'm just like, this is talk about, how to get a divorce. Now, listen here. Look, you telling me, dude, you went through all of this. You went through the process of actually building her a home. And of course, people, true colors come out when things are stressful. Always, every day. You find out who your partner really is when there's stressful situations. Sometimes it's a good, sometimes it's a bad. Sometimes, when things are rough, that's when you know if y'all going to keep it going or not. So a house building process probably is one of those things that's really stressful. Now, the fact that he's building this house with the father-in-law really probably drove this man insane and realized maybe this is not what I want to do. Now, I'm going to let her finish and see how much information she gives me because I'm only basing this on the information she gives me. But I'm not too surprised. I think he found out who you really are when that house was being built. Okay. I don't know who idea this was. Was it hers? Was it his? I don't know. She doesn't seem too heartbroken about it at the moment. But because she's going to the internet and telling people, yeah, sure, yeah, online still with it.
So we are getting a divorce. We've been separated for the past couple days, obviously. We just have to put the legal actions into motion. But yes, we are getting a divorce.
The most shocking thing here is that she sort of acts like she's surprised that he wants a divorce.
No, she's not acting. Not to me anyway. She doesn't look like she's surprised. Oh, well, we're getting a divorce. So, I don't know how long they've been married, but I think she feels like she might be getting her a little something afterwards. I still got my house. May not have my man, but I got my house. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the situation is. But from the look of it, she doesn't seem too upset.
Not only is she happy to not contribute to the household, but she has a terrible attitude. And instead of having an honest conversation with her husband about her issues in the relationship, she makes a public post about what a piece of shit her husband is in front of nearly 6 million people.
Oh my God, I was going to say get a divorce, but this is way better. Her life revolves around TikTok and the internet, and that's about it. She don't care about that relationship. Like I said, I don't know the background. I don't know more. I only know a layer, and I'm pretty sure there's deeper shit than this, but she looks like she could give two shits.
Appropriate when people do it on Facebook in front of like 10 people. Imagine nearly 6 million.
Oh, babe, do not clean it. That's so unacceptable. They made that damn mess. I have to. No, beloved, you don't. If they cleaned as they work, they wouldn't have this kind of mess. That's nonsense. When we work, we have to clean our workstations. Smirk. Miss ma'am, excuse me, but the hell you do? Their fingers aren't broken, and if they are, they got toes. You win. Best comment. Oh my God. Yep, you went there just to get your validation from the people to tell you that you're not doing wrong. That's the blind leading the blind. That's what's happening right now. Wow. Just seeing those comments right there says a lot, okay?
This is reputation destruction, and it baffles me to see that she thinks an appropriate response to not wanting to do chores is, let me make a video talking about what a terrible husband I have that everyone in his community will see. Did you honestly expect that would lead to a good relationship? So this video was sent to me by a female viewer who is in Gen Z. Her question to me was basically asking how she should handle a situation like this. My honest response was, why would you put yourself in a place where something like this would happen? The idea that I've been using this channel to promote is not what to do when you're in a relationship with an abuser. My message has always been, don't get involved in relationships with abusive people. Don't put yourself in that position. I am a big proponent of traditional relationships with one parent who stays at home, and it sounded like the person who sent me this TikTok video wanted a traditional relationship. These days, that's a little difficult because the economy sucks, and very often it is hard to survive on a single income. But at the same time, I realize that on this channel, I'm not speaking to all women. I'm speaking to a small percentage of women, so there are plenty of men who want to get married out there who make enough money for those women to be housewives. My advice to her was basically, be so valuable that you can attract someone who can afford to support you as a housewife so that you don't have to work 8 hours and clean the house when you get home. The problem with this is something that I've mentioned before. Thanks to feminism, Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z were not taught the skills necessary to run a household successfully, particularly on the female side, because the way this is all played out is that men are expected to uphold their traditional responsibilities by providing the income and fixing things, but women aren't expected to uphold theirs. Equality, right? The three major skills that women do not have that I believe cause the most fights are cooking, cleaning, and childcare. Cooking, as in most women do not know how to make desirable meals that are healthy. It takes about 3 to 5 years of cooking practice to be able to do that. Cleaning, as in not knowing enough about the skill so that it doesn't take all day. Folding laundry can take 30 minutes if you don't know what you're doing, or it can take 5 minutes if you know how to fold quickly. And childcare, as in being able to manage kids properly so that they help around the house and so that they aren't a pain in the ass to be around. I've already talked about this stuff a lot in these two videos here, so I'm not going to go over that again. But what I am going to go over is what's preventing women from learning these skills outside of the feminist narrative in a way that will apply to everyone. There's a misconception in the way skills are learned that was likely taught by public schools that removes all of the fun out of learning a skill. For example, if you want to make kids hate reading, then make them take a bunch of nonsense notes and assign them 10 questions to answer for 5 pages of material that serves no purpose other than to prove that the kid read the book. That kind of useless extra work that has no benefit to the reader will suck the life out of something that should be fun. With that kind of structure, you could even make kids hate video games. The way skills actually should be built is through a mixture of immersion into the skill and time spent learning new aspects of that skill. Most of your time spent with the skill should be with immersion. I'll give you an example of how these two things play out. When I study Japanese, every day I have daily challenges that I'm supposed to complete. Kind of like how video games like Apex Legends assign daily challenges to get you addicted to playing their game every day. Use that psychology, it works. My dailies for Japanese are 10 minutes of vocab flashcard study with Brainscape, 10 to 20 minutes of practicing kanji with Kanji Study. That's not hard because I can listen to podcasts while doing that. And 5 minutes or so of learning a new grammar point or reviewing an old one. That's it. That's like 30 minutes of the stuff that's boring, and the rest of the time is spent in immersion. What's immersion for Japanese? A bunch of fun stuff. Playing Japanese video games, reading Japanese manga or books, watching anime, watching Japanese YouTubers, and talking to people in Japanese. All of that stuff is fun, so it's not a big deal to immerse for 2 to 3 hours a day. When you get this stuff right, skills become fun. Cooking should be fun. When you know what you're doing with food, cooking is a massive creative outlet that people will then praise you for if you get it right. You spend 5 minutes learning new knife skills and an hour practicing those knife skills while making dinner. Repeat that process, learn some new recipes, and in 6 months, cooking becomes a blast. Especially when you learn enough about ingredients to start making your own recipes. The reason you have so many people complaining about these activities is because they simply aren't skilled enough to make it fun and receive praise for their talent. Of
or maybe
course,
they don't want to do it.
cooking
They're
can be a pain
lazy.
if you don't know what you're doing. Every skill is a pain when you don't know what you're doing. Imagine how boring and confusing playing a Japanese video game is when you don't speak the language. It's a chore. Reframe the skill so it's fun and learning will be easy. But that's enough for this video. Please support me on alternative platforms by subscribing to me on Odyssey. Donation links are in the description if you want to support the channel. Thanks for watching.
Okay, I wanted to actually sit there and listen before I interrupted and talk over him and that kind of thing. So I wanted to actually sit there and see how he viewed relationships. And he's a traditional man. He likes the traditional lifestyle. I'm a little different over here. I feel like at the end of the day, if one person can't do it, then the other person should help and step in and help, even balance here. But that's just my marriage and my relationship. As I said before, I've been married for about 12 years, and it just works. You find what works in your situation, in your relationship, and that one, however, was not a well-balanced relationship, and that's why they get into the divorce. There are some times where you're in a relationship and you have a marriage or a long-term relationship, and something happens to a person where they cannot now do that responsible thing that we're doing. So I feel like somebody has to come in and help, and I might have to be that person to come in and help. Let that person take a break, and I do what I can do over here. Now, the cleaning and cooking, some things just go how it goes. Like, I clean, I cook. Sometimes he cleans and cook. It's just a balance on who's doing what, when they're doing, how much time we have with 3 kids. It's just, you got to find the balance. I'm not a traditional type of woman. I don't think I am. I don't feel like I do not need to learn how to be self-sufficient. If I need to learn certain things, I need to learn it, because you never know what could happen. I tend to think sometimes, okay, if the house is not clean, okay, get up and clean it. If you really want it to be clean, get up and clean it. If you want something, you do it. Just like, okay, I don't feel like cleaning today. I don't feel like cleaning. It's just that simple to me. I'm not overdoing it, overthinking it. I used to be very, very on, oh my God, my house. Oh my God, this. Oh my God. And it makes me lose my shit. So I found out maybe if I wasn't so worried about those little things and be more focused on the big things that would needs to really be happening, then I'll have less stress dealing with that. And that's what happens. And that's how I learn. I'm learning how to deal with certain things in life and how to balance it out. It's going to be stressful. I mean, you're going to have stressful days. You can't avoid stressful days. You can't avoid angry days. You can't avoid sad days. You just can't avoid it. You can have your good days. Of course, definitely. That could be in there. Find the things you like to do. My husband told me to get a hobby. He suggested I do YouTube, and here I am. I needed something to do. To each their own, though, at the end of the day. When it comes to relationships, I got to focus on mine and not everyone's else's. And when people come online and throw their relationship out in people's faces and they make it seem like it's glamorous and it's the best and it's hashtag relationship goals, no. They got an ideal of what they want things to be like, but that's not reality. It's not how it is. And you just got to figure out what you want in your relationship. And you got to make sure that person who you with are on the same page with you. Talk about the kids, how y'all want to raise the kids. Talk about this, how y'all deal with bills and who's going to do what. And when somebody can't do something, can you rely on that person to fall back on and help you out while you figure out what you want to do next? The lady got divorced after all. I thought it was going to be, okay, this is what you can do to end up getting a divorce. I didn't know they were actually going to get divorced. And her going online, I don't think that was the best choice. But I think she's very selfish and she's only thinking about herself. Your man and your father-in-law built you a house. Building you a house for them, well, the husband and wife. And you can't even take 2 seconds to either talk to your husband and say, look, I had a rough day. I'll do something, but I can't do it all. But you decided to go online and bitch and complain to people and then turn around and bitch and complain to that husband after the fact. Because you got the validation and you got the green light to say, hey, I don't have to do this. I was right after all. It's a win for me. But there we go, Blaze Squad. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you blaze the like button. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, go ahead and comment.
How you doing?
And I will see you guys in the next video.